Less than 2 months ago, we said goodbye to Three Rivers Stadium. Today, we christen PNC Park. And we welcome the Pittsburgh Pirates to their new home. To a place where even the players feel like kids again. And kids can dream along with their heroes. Yes, indeed, we say hello to you and hello to Pittsburgh's new home for baseball, PNC Park. And what a day, the Pirates taking on the New York Mets in an inaugural game, an exhibition game between the National League champions and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Greg Brown along with Bob Walk. We can't tell you how happy we are to be here. We saw it last night along with the players when we arrived from Florida. I guess there's really no word that can describe this place other than it is indescribable.
It is a gorgeous ballpark. And, you know, last night, the last couple of weeks, a lot of people have been asking me, you know, are the players real excited about getting into the new ballpark? And I really wasn't sure how to answer that question. Sometimes Major League Baseball players can be a little tough to impress, but I got my answer last night. We came through the tunnel, the stadium was all lit up. And you saw grown men, 25, 30, 35-year-old men running around out there in the field like a bunch of little leaguers. I mean, they were so excited about this new ballpark. It was great to see, and as great as it is really for the players, it's going to be better for the fans. This is going to be a wonderful place to come watch Big League Baseball.
That is so true. This place absolutely wows you, and we were watching fans as they came in this morning. The gates opened at 11:30. Like the players, they were awestruck by this just incredible facility. It is a gem of a ballpark. Everybody's saying, including the New York Mets and folks from the National League office and the commissioner's office, this is the best ballpark in the country. And Lloyd McClendon is certainly happy to be here. He's very serious about wanting his team to win this year, but we're going to have a lot of fun today.
Well, we are going to have fun today. Still some work to do. You know, opening day still a few days away. Got to get the pitchers deep in the ball game, get them some innings.
All right, the Pirates and the New York Mets, an exhibition game from PNC Park. It's coming up next. That is a picture you're going to see a lot of, I think, this year, both on television here on Fox Sports Net and also in person. It looks like a painting, Bob. That's the real thing.
We've talked about a lot of people thinking this is the best baseball park now in the country. Of course, that means in the world. But you couldn't build this place without the location. Having that skyline out there, the river looking across at the Golden Triangle, that really is what makes this ballpark. Right. It's a great facility, but the location, being here in Pittsburgh, that means a lot.
You're right. Well, we're going to enjoy this, and the fans are as well. Sold out exhibition contest against the National League champion New York Mets. Let's take a look at the New York Mets lineup. Under Bobby Valentine, Benny Agbayani to lead things off, and it's Edgardo Alfonso and Robin Ventura, the cleanup man, the leader of this club, Mike Piazza. Todd Zeile is at first base. Tyoshi Shinjo is the center fielder. Darryl Hamilton in right. Ray Ordonez, the shortstop, and Rick Reed, a former Pirate on the hill for the Mets.
Now Jimmy Anderson gets the start here. First one ever to throw off the mound, I guess, here in PNC Park. There you see the scouting report. Excellent movement on his fastball. He will break down and away. He has a good slider. Good ancillary skills. I mean, he can play defense. He can swing the bat a little bit, helps himself out in that regard. The key for him this season, can he harness the control to the point that makes him a consistent big league pitcher? If he can do that, you're looking at maybe another Zane Smith type guy out there, but he has to get consistent with the control.
Defensively behind Jimmy Anderson, and the Pirates want an improved defense this year. That's why they have that rookie at shortstop, Jack Wilson, and they've moved Pat Mears from short to second. Hopefully better things defensively from Kevin Young at first. The new Pirate in right field is Derek Bell. Adrian Brown in center and Brian Giles in left. Aramis Ramirez, another year under his belt at third base, and of course Jason Kendall behind the plate.
There's Jack. He's going to have to deal with what looks like to be a fairly slow infield. The grass during batting practice was really grabbing a hold of the baseball. that'll be a little bit of a change from what he was seeing down in spring training, where everything was a little quicker.
And for the outfielders, they'll have to work through this asymmetrical ballpark. 325 down the line and left, quickly jutting out to 389. Left center field, the deepest part of the yard at 410, and dead center it's 399. 375 to the alley, and then 320 to right field. There is Brian Giles in left, and that short fence, he says, for a short, dumpy guy, I can feel like I could maybe look like I could jump. There's Derek Bell in right. A lot of excitement here this afternoon in Pittsburgh. And oh, look at the...
Is Mark McGuire hitting?
Yeah, it looked like it. All the camera flashes went off.
I was going to say flash bulbs, but that date myself a little bit.
0-1 the count to Agbayani. And this is a dribbler to the right side. Kevin Young fields, flips, and oh, brother. How about that? The very first play, an exhibition game, is an error.
And they just talked about his good ancillary skills, talked about what a good defensive player he is. I cannot believe he dropped that ball. He's the last guy on that pitching staff that I would think would mess this play up. Being a left-handed fielder. Now for a right-hander, this is a little bit of a difficult play, but for a left-handed pitcher, you're just going to catch the ball.
Here is Edgardo Alfonso.
Perfect throw. Kevin Young put it right there for him. He just flanked it.
Ball one. The home plate umpire Wally Bell, Jerry Meals at first, Dan Iasagna at second, Matt Hollowell at third. What Alfonso has done this spring, one of the better, more underrated players in baseball at the plate, Edgardo Alfonso.
I'm not sure that we'll be able to talk about, well, here's the first double play.
That was nice and smooth. Anderson, as Bob said, should get a lot of those ground balls, and this field should play to his strength.
Right now, it's going to be a little slow. I think maybe as the summer gets along, the grass will perhaps be cut a little shorter. There you see Wilson to perfect feed to Mears, and there you see in the way Mears turns that double play from the second base position. He did a great job of this all spring. He really hangs in there. He's got the shortstop arm strength, so he doesn't have to get a lot of momentum going toward first base. You see him just kind of stand there, plant that back foot, and use that strong arm to fire it over there. He's not worried about people hitting him. He's a little on the fearless side there. It really looks like that could turn out to be a great move, getting him over at second base.
1 ball, 1 strike on Robin Ventura.
You're talking about the infield grass, Greg, and it does appear to be a little on the slow side right now. The way the grass is cut out in the corners. Maybe later on we can take a look at that. Very unusual, and you see it's very sharp right there, the way that corner is cut.
Show Bob how normally it's done.
Well, normally there's an arc there instead of a square.
Kind of like second base.
And I know that the corner infielders were talking about that, and they're not real sure if they're happy that normally this is kind of a nice arc, just like you see out here at second base. But what they've done, they've squared it off, and that's a little different. The corner infielders, they don't see that very often.
Good inning, that air, yeah. Double play ball, and then the strikeout of Ventura. Half inning of exhibition baseball underway as we christen PNC Park. You know, this to me is one of the more prettier sights, to see all these folks coming across the Clemente Bridge. This is really one of the purposes of PNC Park, so they hope, the goal is to kind of bridge downtown to the north side, and that they're still coming in from downtown. Let's take a look now at the Pittsburgh Pirates lineup under Lloyd McClendon. Adrian Brown to lead off in center, Derek Bell the right fielder, then Jason Kendall hits third with Brian Giles hitting cleanup. Aramis Ramirez the third baseman, John Vanderwall will DH, Kevin Young at first, Pat Mears at second, and the rookie Jack Wilson, who hit .268 this spring. Yeah, it's unusual. This is a spring training game. The Pirates will use the DH. They asked for that. Lloyd McClendon wants to get his players as many swings as he can. Bobby Valentine, the Mets manager, turned it down.
Now you can see the scouting report. I'm going to say also he's an excellent fielder. Maybe we can get him to kick one too. Great fielder. We'll see if we can get him to drop one, get us going. He gets somebody on base. Reed has an excellent move, and he loves to throw to first base.
And lined sharply right at Ordonez. Gold Glover at short. The rest of the New York Mets defensively. Robin Ventura over there on the left side of the infield. Edgardo Alfonso and Todd Zeile on the right side. Benny Agbayani again in left. Shinjo in center. Hero Hamilton in right, and Piazza does the catching. Here's Derek Bell for the Pirates. He and Terry Mulholland were the off-season pickups by general manager Cam Bonifay. Derek Bell, the former Met. Ground ball. And there is Ordonez behind second.
You can see how that ball really slowed down as it went through the grass. A guy like Ordonez, who normally has such great range, he's really going to have a lot of range in an infield like this. He's got a lot of time to go left and right. The thing you have to remember, though, you got somebody up there that can run a little bit. You can't play as deep as you normally do. You have to shorten up a little bit, because that ball's going to take an extra half a second to get to you, and that's all somebody with some speed needs to get down that line and beat one out, like a Jason Kendall, for instance.
It's a warm greeting on a cool day here in Pittsburgh.
You can see where Ordonez is right now. He's not back on the edge of that outfield grass like he would be with somebody that's going to be plodding down to first base. He's up at least 2 steps in front of that right now.
Kendall, second base. And the Pirates quickly retired. Played one at PNC Park. It's scoreless. Mike Piazza on deck and ready to go against Jimmy Anderson here at PNC Park. That's a great look. We'll see all kinds of new camera angles. And all kinds of different angles, as we said, for the outfielders. That nook out in left center field will be unique to PNC Park, where it goes from 410 to 389 in a hurry. So the outfielders, we'll see, we'll have to learn that.
There could be a lot of triples come out of that nook.
There's that nook.
If that was in right center, I would say that would generate, say, somebody on our team that could lead the league in triples. It won't be quite as far of a throw, though, because it's on the left field side. That's what you look for when you see somebody's got a lot of triples. There must be something in their home ballpark that's unique to that ballpark that allows them to take that extra 90 feet a lot. Of course, Three Rivers always had that bullpen fence down the right field where you get those crazy kicks. It was a little bit of a triple hitter's ballpark. The right fielder didn't do it just right down there. There's the left field corner. You see just 326, but it really goes out quickly there. It gets deep in a hurry. And you think 326 to left, that's not very far, but you're going to have to put it right down the line to take advantage of that.
Now, Piazza at Three Rivers Stadium feasted almost in any ballpark. He loved Three Rivers, and he had so many home runs the other way. Even though you have the 21-foot wall in right field in tribute to Roberto Clemente, it's only 320 to right. So a guy like Piazza could hit a bunch. Bouncing ball nears the backhand off the short hop, and he gets him.
Looks smooth as a second baseman, doesn't he?
Well, beginning Monday, April 2nd, Pittsburgh Sports Tonight is moving to 10 p.m. Now you can get all the headlines, features, and highlights of your local teams an hour earlier. Tune in to the only show that gives the Pittsburgh teams the coverage they deserve. Pittsburgh Sports Tonight, 10 p.m., starting April 2nd, right here, only on Fox Sports Net. Don't forget, Pittsburgh Sports Tonight still airs tonight at 11 o'clock. Todd Zeile, the strike called.
Jimmy Anderson is the type of pitcher, stuff-wise, the way he goes about it, that he could really flourish in this type of a ballpark if he can consistently command the location of his pitches.
Jimmy Anderson, his 6th appearance. He'll be limited to 95 pitches today.
But a left-handed sinker baller is made for this ballpark. You have the big left field out there, so you should have a lot of fly ball outs to left. The right-hand hitters won't be able to take advantage of that. Plus, being a sinker baller with the natural grass, if the wind is going to be blowing out a lot here, you're going to want to keep the ball on the ground. There's one of our new angles. That'll be a great shot for balls down the line.
Another ground ball. Mears handles it.
You could see there, Greg, how the ball dipped down and away from the right-hand hitter. You can't do anything with that except just hit a ground ball someplace. Now, if he can put his pitches there with consistency, that's when you see Jimmy Anderson really make the other team look silly. There's the new pitching coach of the Bucks, Ben Williams.
And he wants to say hello to all of his family watching back in Davenport, Iowa. They must be awfully proud of this guy who toiled in the minor leagues, both as a player and a pitching coach. A drive hit to left. Giles at the track makes the catch, and he can say hello to his buddies right there.
That's what I was talking about. Those long flies are just outs here to left field.
Head to the bottom of the second inning. Greg Brown along with Bob Walk, our inaugural game at PNC. But of course, we will open up the regular season in Cincinnati on Tuesday against the Reds. There's Derek Bell. Bronson Arroyo has made the rotation. We'll try and show you in a moment what the team looks like heading into the regular season on Tuesday. The 25-man roster. There's Jimmy Anderson. And of course, Brian Giles. There's no secret that he was going to bat clean up and play left field for Lloyd McClendon. Oh boy, did he have fun coming out here last night. The team arrived. He went out to left field. Take a look at his new home. Called his wife, Dodie, and let her know this place is spectacular. Strike from Rick Reed. 0-2 on Brian Giles. He's hitting .264 this spring with 3 homers and 10 runs batted in. 35 homers, 123 runs batted in last year. Brian Giles made the last out, caught it anyway, and then he backpedals, and the flip. You see that short fence. Folks out in left field are going to not only get to know Brian Giles, but all the other left fielders in the National League.
It's really going to be nice. You know, Brian
Get ready, Barry.
Brian likes to really interact with the fans
Yeah.
a lot like that. He is going to love being out there in front of the left field bleachers.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of like how Sammy Sosa is in Chicago.
That's true. That's a great point. Pirates will unveil their new uniforms this Tuesday. Sleeveless jerseys. Another ground ball. Ordonez tried to get fancy. Giles will take off for second base and make it. There's one wrap on Ordonez. That's it. As far as his defense is concerned, it's nearly perfect.
He's got a flawless glove. He's going to make some throwing errors sometimes. Yeah, this error right here, I'm gonna go back to talking about this grass a little bit. You know, he had to hurry a little bit because of the fact that it took so long for that ball to get out there to him. But he had to come almost to the edge of the grass to get that ball. And Brian, maybe not a speed merchant, but he runs pretty well, especially from that left side. He just didn't have time. He had to end up rushing it.
So it's a 2-base error that puts Giles at second, and here's Aramis Ramirez. Nope, they give him a single and an error. Infield single and an error on Ray Ordonez. And look at that job by Ramirez to move the runner and maybe score him. The Pirates score first at PNC Park.
Aramis Ramirez first RBI. Brian Giles first run scored, but of course we have an asterisk next to all of these. This one doesn't count. Now all Aramis is trying to do here is hit the ball the right side and move the runner over, but he rolls one through, and you know, by the time this ball gets out there to Hamilton, he's got no chance whatsoever to play at the plate.
John Vander Wal, the designated hitter today. As we say, the Pirates decided they were going to use the DH. They asked Bobby Valentine and the Mets if they would mind. Last 2 games in Florida were rained out.
See by John's numbers there, he had a very strong spring with that bat.
John Vander Wal got a lot of playing time last year, hit 24 homers, drove in 94 runs, career highs. Vander Wal, a lot of his home runs, especially early on at Three Rivers, were the opposite way. But he can also, if you've seen him play, show off some tremendous power.
Now he'll hit that that corner out there, that 410 corner. I imagine he'll launch a few of them right into there for extra bases.
For pull hitters, they not only will need to lift the ball over the 21-foot Clemente wall in right field, even though it's just 320. There's also a kind of a netting in front of the scoreboard there. It goes all the way up 21 feet. And that will play some interesting angles. This has popped out of play.
Yeah, depending on what the ball hits, you're going to get all kinds of different bounces.
Now at the top, according to General Manager Cam Bonifay, that netting is much looser.
Oh yeah, if the ball hits up here, it's going to just fall straight down. Or if it hits something like say the A here on the American, it's going to come back a lot harder. And then right up here, you get some concrete that it can come off of. So you're going to get a lot of different bounces as a right fielder. And there's no way to predict where that ball is going to hit. You got to get back there in position. Just be ready to react to whatever you get. Well, you think that that would be a pretty good home field advantage because you're going to have to deal with that all the time. Here's another thing. How about the limestone?
Yeah, they've tried this out already, and that ball will. Of course, it depends on the angle.
They're not smooth faced.
Yeah. Base hit. Puts runners at first and second. Opening day is just around the corner, and you can be there for all the fun and excitement with a full season ticket package, and partial ticket plan packages start at only $180. Get yours by calling 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or log on to the World Wide Web at PittsburghPirates.com. April the 9th opening day, so make sure you give the folks a call, 1-800-BUY-BUCKS, or again log on to that website. Talk to anybody that comes out today or tomorrow, and they will tell you about this place.
You're getting a look at Kevin Young, not in a spot in the lineup he's accustomed to. He has been moved down. Will be hitting in that 6th spot most of the season.
Having a good spring, both offensively and defensively. Hope that translates to better things for Young during the regular season. His numbers last year during the regular season with runners in scoring position. 20 homers, 88 runs batted in. He welcomes the natural grass. That artificial turf played havoc on the sore knees. Ramos Ramirez, the base hit to drive in the first run. John Vander Wal single to right. 2 on with no one out. Looks at one right there. Strikeout for Reed.
Reed just has phenomenal control. You look at his last year at walked 30-some hitters in almost 200 innings. You watch in that center field shot when we have it on where Piazza puts his glove. Reed's going to be in that neighborhood every time. He'll move back and forth, especially when he's throwing fastballs. He can paint.
From Huntington, West Virginia, he signed a new 3-year deal with the Mets during the offseason.
Curveball. See it almost go straight down. I believe he throws it with one knuckle up. It makes it so you can really get that good, true rotation that Goes from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock on your watch face. And that's what makes the ball break straight down.
This one stays up, and Reed upset with himself.
You can see him kind of cock his wrist and then throw it back behind him. He was upset with the way he released that breaking pitch.
1-1 on Pat Mears, who's hitting just .204 this spring. With a couple of homers, 8 runs batted in. Ironic that Pat Mears ended up signing with the Pirates a couple of years ago.
Because he didn't want to play second.
And the teams that he was talking to wanted him to be a second baseman, like the Cincinnati Reds. Talked about that with Mears. There's a fly ball hit to center. Shinjo makes the catch. Toyoshi Shinjo, Bobby Valentine, despite his critics, led the Mets into the postseason for the 2nd consecutive year, and this time all the way to the World Series.
There was a few moments last year where, if you listen to the media reports, which is what we have to listen to coming out of New York, that he was on very thin ice. But he fought through it and really had a very, very successful season with the Mets.
In fact, it was in Pittsburgh where people thought he might not last a series against the Pirates because of controversial comments that he made.
Speaking at
college near
college,
Philly.
Yeah.
Popped up by Jack Wilson and out of play. So Jack Wilson wins the starting shortstop position. He's not played above Double-A. He came over from the Cardinals last July
and just
in the
very,
Jason
very
Christensen
little
deal.
Double-A experience. He just was in Double-A just last year for the first time. So it's almost like basically you got an A-ball kid up here. But if he's good enough, that's not going to matter. If he's good enough, he'll find a way to get it done.
Just 23 years old. Wilson was a signee by the Cardinals in 1998, the 9th round. First and second, 2 outs. Pirates lead 1-0 at PNC Park, and Jack Wilson with a fly ball toward right center field. Shinjo makes the catch. An earned run against Rick Reed as Brian Giles crosses the plate for the first run ever at PNC Park. It's absolutely incredible. Congratulations. What a place.
Well, thanks so much, Greg. It's great being here. It's absolutely wonderful. This is more exciting than I could ever have imagined.
Jim and Cy Holzer throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. Good job, by the way.
Cy, get in the shot here.
Cy, now Cy chose number 9, and you choose number 0. Anything behind that? Your jerseys?
Not behind mine.
No?
I wasn't going to take a number that belonged to one of the fellas on the field. I knew that.
Cy's not going to answer that way. I guarantee you.
No.
He got 9 for a reason.
Mavs fan. Jim, it's fascinating, this partnership that PNC has with the Pittsburgh Pirates. You know, Kevin McClatchy saved baseball, but PNC Bank was right there with the Pirates the whole way.
Well, it was a great opportunity for us, really, and we obviously Pittsburgh means everything to our company. It's our hometown city. Our 8,000 employees, I think, are probably as excited about it as anybody. I mean, 8,000 local employees. I think there's over 1,000 of them here today.
Well, this has to be beyond your expectations, though. The way people have talked about the stadium and being not only just a great baseball park, but best in baseball. Already, without even a game in here, people come in from all around the league, all around the country, saying that. I mean, you couldn't really have expected that, could you, when you first got involved in this, that this would be not only a baseball park, but just a cathedral for baseball. I mean, this is something else.
It is something else. You know, it was all on paper, as you know, John. I mean,
yeah, just pictures,
it's
drawings.
Pictures and drawings, and it was wonderful how everyone in the city came together to make this happen. I mean, obviously the governor, the mayor, the county people, the labor unions came together. We had a local contractor in the big corporation, Louis Estrino, our local architect. I mean, these people came together in a way that I think Pittsburgh ought to feel very, very proud that, that we together built the best baseball park in the country.
Well, I talked to Kevin McClatchy and to Cy Holzer earlier today about the meeting with Tom O'Brien when PNC went to Kevin McClatchy even before this was a done deal and said, hey, we want to be partners with you. It's as you say, we should be awfully proud of what PNC and the Pirates have done here.
Well, I think that's right. And you mentioned a name that really made it happen, and that was Tom. Tom O'Brien was the key guy, and he was the leader of the regional renaissance, which didn't turn out too well, but Plan B sure did.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an old baseball player himself. He tries to throw it around once in a while still, I think.
By the way, a strikeout there by Jimmy Anderson of Darrell Hamilton, now facing Ray Ordonez. The Pirates score the first run.
Well, you're definitely seeing a resurgence here on this north side here, the North Shore. I mean, this is going to be some place here in Pittsburgh to come across the bridges. See if Jimmy can make this play. I bragged about him, bragged about him, and bragged about him. But that one was a tough one there. He's probably the only guy that could really have a chance at coming off that far and making that play. But we've seen him do things like that, especially even this spring training. Here's that camera angle we were talking about earlier. We're going to get some great views. Now, if he picks up right now, if he throws it, he's got him. But let's him flick this ball behind him. Whoop. Yeah. Oh, man.
That's a base hit. Tough play.
Oh, you're not going to give an error on that.
No, no. By the way, yeah, you and I can decide because it's still spring training. Rick Reed's a good bunter. Jason Kendall's a good catcher.
Wow.
It looked like Jim Rohr to Cy Holzer, that bullet from Kendall to second base.
Kendall comes out of here like duck on a June bug, Greg.
Yeah.
Look how quickly he got there. The throw just perfect. Now that bunt just rolling out barely onto the grass. 99 out of 100 times you've done your job. You got the sacrifice down, but Kendall was just up to the task.
Bob, what do you think of these seats out in right field? They look like terrific seats.
There's terrific seats everywhere in here. It's fantastic. I love, like last night, one of the things that I noticed when I got here is the people up there in the Outback restaurants just pressed up against the windows. I think that is just great. You can go in there, you can have dinner, and it's open all the time. It's just a tremendous setting. There's so many neat things about this ballpark that if we sit here and just talk about them for an inning or two, we're going to miss stuff. You can't cover the whole
That's exactly right.
I saw people downstairs standing in line to get a sandwich from Andy Brothers.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? Oh, yeah, they see themselves. They're on.
Super.
Of course, PNC has a branch here, so you can do your banking
yes,
at PNC Park.
We have a branch right over on Federal Street, right under the Outback Steakhouse over there in left field. And we have ATM machines around too.
The people had to be streaming past there about an hour and a half ago. It was just bumper to bumper people coming across the Clementi Bridge from parking downtown, and that's another great thing about this ballpark. It's so convenient for people to come over right from the downtown area, and park over there, whatever. Walk across that bridge.
There's going to be vendors on the bridge. Who's going to be on there, Greg?
They're going to sell all kinds, vendors of all sorts, Jim. They're going to really spruce that Clemente Bridge up so that as you walk across, you stop along the way and eat or pick up souvenirs.
Oh, you see this spot right here, Greg?
Yeah.
I think that's a great spot for an ATM right there.
How about that?
PNC, there it is. See it? That's
perfect.
Right there.
Ground ball to the shortstop, Wilson Amirs. It is 1-0. The Pirates lead this ball game, the inaugural game at PNC Park.
Baseball returns to Fox Sports Net. A new era begins in Pittsburgh.
The catcher then, first base.
It's opening day as Kendall and the Pirates hit the road to battle Griffey and the Reds. Then, on April 9th, history will be made as the Bucs play their home opener at PNC Park. Pirates baseball on Fox Sports Net.
Picture this. The Richards triplets, all thinking about college, all dreaming big dreams. Can you picture it? I can. I'm a nationwide agent, and our life insurance and financial services can help the Richards protect their future and help fund college for their kids. Needless to say, that makes them 3 times as happy.
Nationwide, on your side.
In Ross Township, see Richard Deemert on Perry Highway. In North Hills, see Patrick Palacey on Peoples Road. And at Allison Park, see David Pettit on Route 8.
1 out, top of the 8th, tie game. Runners on first and second. Benson winds, kicks and deals. Griffey swings and scorches one into the gap of left center field. Giles giving chase, leaps, and oh, what a catch! Diving to his right to make a sliding grab in the grass. Who doesn't love baseball on the grass of PNC Park?
Me. Real grass. Another reason why PNC Park is built for baseball.
Remarkable! He really tore into that grass.
Grass.
We welcome you back to PNC Park. Greg Brown along with Bob Walk. We're joined by Jim Rohr and Cy Holzer from PNC Bank, and a couple of guys awfully proud along with the rest of this entire community of what we see
wave.
today.
Let's wave.
There we go.
There we go. Everybody always waves. Why can't we wave?
Absolutely. Well, tell us, Cy, how did you choose number 9?
Well, that wasn't real hard. I've been in Pittsburgh all my life, and when I was thinking about this, I thought about Maz. And I thought about Roberto Clemente, and I thought Maz really represents Pittsburgh. He is a guy that struggled. He worked hard. He was probably the best baseball player I'd ever seen. Along with Roberto Clemente, certainly he was the best baseball player I'd ever seen. And I thought, as a tribute to him, getting in the Hall of Fame, never giving up, he represented Pittsburgh. We didn't give up here. And it was a team effort. Everybody rallied behind Maz. And I thought his respect for him and my love of baseball and hoping we get some kids back in the park, number 9.
That's fantastic. That's great. Great tribute. Boy, what a...
One of the things I've seen here around the new ballpark here just the first day, and something that I was always a little disappointed in at Three Rivers, is there's a lot of reminders of just what Pittsburgh Pirates are as far as tradition and going back over 100 years. You see the history now all over the place, because I guess it's a ballpark that's ours. We don't have to share it with anybody. And a lot of the banners and pictures hanging around of ball players 10, 15 years ago, 50, 60, 70 years ago. It's just fantastic the way they have been able to go back in history and show everybody exactly what kind of franchise this is. This is not, you know, some. This is not the Devil Rays, the Mariners. This is some expansion team. This is something. This is one of the charter members of the National League. Let's act like it. You know, act like we got something to be proud of around here.
Bob, I think that's great. I think we have to own this park. We have to own our city. And this is one of those things where we all came together, and the results are obvious. You look out here, there's more excitement today than I've seen in any other thing in recent times. And we just need to keep thinking positive. We can continue this city as the greatest city in America.
Rick Reed pitching to Adrian Brown. And I guess, Cy and Jim, that goes back to what we were talking about, why PNC stepped to the plate to get involved. You mentioned that, about how important it is to keep this franchise here, how important it is to the community. Base hit for Adrian Brown. We'll bring up Derek Bell. In fact, Kevin McClatchy, I asked him again today about the initial meeting, and with PNC stepping up and getting involved financially, he said it gave us legitimacy. It was real. And that was a time where things were really up in the air.
Well, as we mentioned the last time, Greg, Tom O'Brien really stepped up and made that commitment. But our company's been committed to this city for a long, long time. We were born here as Pittsburgh National Bank, as some of us remember. And we've been growing jobs. We've grown from 4,000 to 8,000 jobs here in town with the new $120 million building that we have over on for our first side building over on the Monongahela River,
which is spectacular, by the way.
That is a
beautiful,
spectacular building. Another building by Louis Astorino is a spectacular place. That was, again, a lot better than I thought it would turn out. It's been great, and most importantly, our employees are excited. Our employees are excited about Pittsburgh, excited about being here today at the ballpark, and the response we've gotten on the First Side Center is incredible. The way they've responded there. So it's, and we've got Parkhurst, which is part of Eaton Park, feeding everybody in a wonderful dining room over there.
That's fantastic.
It's all Pittsburgh.
Bob, you talked about Pittsburgh and tradition and the history here. What's wrong with heroes? What's wrong with people who we look back at? We look at when you pitched. It was you were a major part of this thing and the history, and you keep going back. There's nothing wrong with heroes. There's nothing wrong with all of us looking back in our tradition, our history. Pittsburgh has a marvelous tradition, and what we're doing now is looking to the future based upon what we did in the past.
There's a Derek Bell single to left. Adrian Brown thinking third, little stumble. He's going to try it, and he's going to make it. Derek Bell's going to head to second. He'll be nailed there. Aggressive base running from Adrian Brown. He's at third.
Now, I'm not sure who made the call on the cutoff, if Ordonez does this on his own or not, but this is a heads-up play right here. Adrian Brown is going to make it in there, and so there's no reason to let this ball go through. Ordonez, for some reason, whether Ventura told him or whether Ordonez did it on his own, those little plays like that wins ball games for you over the course of the season. He knew that he did not have an out at third, but there was an easy one at second. Go ahead and take it. And Agbayani hit the cutoff man. I mean, that always seems to go a little overlooked, but those are the little things you do on defense that helps you out over the course of the year, helps you pick up maybe an extra win every month, and that extra win every month changes you from a 500 club to somebody that can contend.
This is a little thing that a lot of Pittsburghers might not know about Derek Bell, but that's the way he plays the game, and that's why he got the round of applause that he did when he came off the field. Infield was back and sometimes charging. Fly ball to center. This will score Adrian Brown. And Jason Kendall should end up with a sacrifice fly. The throw from center field. Not going to get him. 2-0 Pittsburgh.
And that'll be something that Jason Kendall is going to be asked to do more and more of, and that's get the RBIs that drive those runners in. He's going to hit in that third spot in that lineup instead of up there higher, say number 2. If you're going to hit third, fourth, fifth, RBIs better be a big part of your game.
Yep. Kendall's always looking for challenges every year. Of course, last year was coming back when everybody said there's no chance this guy could come back from that horrific injury. And this year, that's the challenge, that he is going to have to drive in runs, and he looks forward to it.
You know what I can't wait, Greg, is that first blimp shot we get the night game. This place is going to be something else. I'm sure the city will be totally lit up.
Yeah. Line drive to right. Base hit for Giles.
Bob and Greg, you've been with the team during spring training. What difference have you seen that Lloyd McClendon has made so far?
Well, Lloyd is a guy that is not going to be very laid back. He's going to be proactive. For instance, when we started losing our starting pitching there, that 1 week we lost, our 3 really the big guns. When Cordova, Schmidt, who we were really counting on a lot to come back this year, and then Benson. And so there was a lot of negative comments going around. There was a little negativity in that clubhouse, a lot kind of like what we've seen over the last couple of years. And Lloyd sniffed that out right away. And I'm not big on team meetings. I don't think that they really do a lot of good, but sometimes you have to do them. And Lloyd immediately one morning, all the media, everybody was out of there, closed doors, and he addressed the situation. Hey, we've lost 3/5 of our starting rotation. So what? Why sit around and cry about it? Let's get back to work here. I don't want to hear anything but positive stuff the rest of this spring training. And that's the kind of thing that I think Lloyd is going to be very good at, is sensing what's going on with those players and acting on it.
Thanks to Jim Rohrer and Cy Holzer. Congratulations, Jim.
Greg, thank you. Bob, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim.
3 kids.
It's a very good chance that I might go to the NBA.
3 lives.
Just a matter of doing the right things.
1 dream.
Basketball is my job.
Prep Chicago Hoops, weekdays at 5 on Fox Sports Net.
Every new Dodge on sale. As low as $3,000 below factory invoice.
2001s as low as $3,000 below invoice. New 2001 Caravan, lease at $16,688 or $199 a month. New 2001 Dakota Quad Cab, $15,899 or lease at $189 a month. Plus, we're now the #1 Durango dealer. New 2001 4x4, $24,799 or lease at $299 a month. Today through Saturday till the last customer leaves.
And only at Monroeville Dodge.
Another reason why Unitron Direct could be just right for you.
Hey, Tom, you here to help?
No way. Got your mail by mistake.
That's my auto insurance company.
Uh-oh, rate increase time.
Nope, I'm with Unitron Direct.
Yeah, open it. I'm here for you, man.
I told you, I'm with Unitron Direct. I'm not worried.
If that's not a rate increase, I'll wash your car for a month.
Ta-da!
Whoa, that's a lot less than we pay.
That's Unitron Direct. I switched and we saved more than 20%.
20%? Now that's worth a phone call.
Make the call, then finish my car.
Most people don't look forward to hearing from their auto insurance company. At Unitron Direct, we're changing all that. We're part of the top-rated Unitron insurance family with over 70 years of experience and over $5 billion in assets. Call this number now for a free, no-obligation rate quote and see how much you could save.
Unitron Direct. You might just look forward to hearing from us. Call 1-866-326-3364 now.
You're watching Pirates baseball coming your way on Fox Sports Net from PNC Park. Christen the park today. And another exhibition game tomorrow.
Those are all Brian's buddies.
Yeah, Brian's buddies. That's it. Out in left field.
Brian has had some experience out in center field. And it was a pretty decent center fielder, and he's going to need those skills out here in left. There's a lot of ground to cover in left field.
One ball and one strike. Jimmy Anderson starting his 4th inning.
Ryan, that's nice and dirty.
Alfonso gets whacked.
That did not feel very. Was it shin? Got him in the shin, I think.
Yeah.
How would you like to get whacked in the shin by a baseball? Nice. Doing about maybe 88 mile an hour.
Nice cold day.
Yeah, we'll see where this gets him. Oh, inside of the back knee, maybe. You hear that sound? Oh, that doesn't feel good. Nice bruise there tomorrow. We were talking about Alfonso last time up, Greg, how he's underrated. I don't know if we can still say that about him anymore because so many people bring him up now when you talk about some of the elite players in this league. 2 years ago, even last year, but he's starting to get his due, I think, especially among baseball people.
Well, I was just
this guy does so many things to help you win ball games. Base running with his glove, key hits.
He's not a secret amongst baseball people anymore, but still.
I know what you're saying.
He's still kind of hidden in this lineup.
He's not going to probably win any All-Star game voting races or anything like that.
Enjoy Pirates baseball this season at PNC Park from the most luxurious seats in the house behind home plate and the club level. Premium seating in the home plate club and Pittsburgh Baseball Club gives you access to exclusive dining areas, lounges, and more. To purchase premium seating, call toll-free 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or PittsburghPirates.com and take it from Bob and me. We visited firsthand the home plate club today, and it is.
It's fabulous.
You ought to find out if you can do it because it's something. There's that drive toward the gap in right center field. He has such power the other way. Mike Piazza. Runner will be held at third. Piazza doubles.
Piazza does such a great job of keeping his hands in close to his body. That allows him to drive the ball the opposite direction no matter where it's at. That was a pitch that was away. That's a traditionally pitch you got to go the other way with. But I've seen him take pitches on the inside half of the plate and do the same thing with him. Got such strong forearms and wrists. He leads his hands through, and then the bat head just all of a sudden explodes.
Infield back with 1 out. The Pirates leading this game 2-0. 4th inning. Todd Zeal hits one towards center. This will score a run. Adrian Brown tracks that one down. Piazza will move from second to third. It's a 2-1 game.
Ball seemed to carry fairly well. And today we're kind of getting a feel for what the ballpark is going to play on your average calm day, because the wind is absolutely no factor. The flag in center field has been hanging straight down ever since we got here this morning. But I still say that on those days when the wind's blowing one way or another, you're really going to have to think about it when you go out there and plan your strategy as a starting pitcher. If that wind's going to be blowing out, you're going to really have to figure out a way to keep the ball out of the air, a little bit like Wrigley Field, or where we just came from down in Florida, McKechnie Field.
Yoshi Shinjo signed her in the offseason. Native of Japan, played in the Japanese league, a Gold Glover for a number of years with Hanshin, followed by the Japanese press.
Security people down the line had to go out and get that ball. That's why taking a little bit of time. You can tell now all the workers that work here in the stadium kind of what their jobs are by the color of their uniforms. It's like an aircraft carrier. You know, the plane handlers, they have a certain color, weapons guys, all that. Well, that's the way it is here. The security people are wearing the red jackets.
Ushers are now called hosts, by the way. Ticket takers are greeters. Roller to Mears. And throws out Shinjo. 1 run against Jimmy Anderson as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning at PNC Park. 2-1 Pittsburgh.
Always tell the people who know they're doing the right thing with their money. They're a little more enlightened. Mellon, a wealth of solutions.
Somewhere between conventional hair replacement and conventional hair transplants, there's something else. New Graftique. This is how real hair grows, how real hair combs, how real hair feels. But Graftique isn't real growing hair. It's not conventional hair replacement or a transplant. Graftique is the new, improved, non-invasive hair graft from Folligraft. The improvement is in the graft itself, the thinnest layer of skin ever. This is growing hair under 90 times magnification. This is Graftique under 90 times magnification. Can't tell which is which? That's the point. Of course, since no one lives under a microscope, Graftique not only looks like growing hair, it lives like growing hair. Do whatever you did when you had a full head of hair. Maybe do it more often. If you don't want conventional hair replacement or a transplant, look into new Graftique by Folligraft. You won't believe your eyes.
For free information, call HRG now at 1-800-514-HAIR.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
It is cold, but the rain has stayed away. Hopefully it'll stay away again tomorrow. And the Bucks hit the road against the Reds to open up the regular season. Oh, look at this.
Who's that young guy?
Talk about all the features here, the neat features at PNC Park. And a bunch of baseball cards of former Pirate players.
Yeah, right there next to Barry.
Along the rotunda. Barry Jones, Bob Walk, many others, Kent Tekulve. A lot to see, boy. You walk around here.
You said it was cold. It's not cold today.
Cool.
Well, it might be a little cool, but it is far from being
45
cold.
degrees is not bad.
I don't understand why you still have your jacket on.
No,
it's
just,
so pleasant
it's
here.
the Fox look, Bob.
So pleasant here.
You didn't get the memo, I guess.
I'm always missing the memos.
Yep. Fouled off by Van der Waal.